Can you explain Game 5 and Game 7?
You know
When you were
what?
behind the bench with the Maple Leafs?
I will tell you this. I'll tell you what I've told other people is that I'm no longer employed by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm sure that Chief and Brad have been asked to and have come up with many different answers for that. So I will leave it at that. It's just it's extremely disappointing, and I get it. I get the fan base is disappointed. Trust me, the players and the coaching staff are more disappointed than anybody.
I've always wondered this. Did it hurt more watching Florida eventually secure the Stanley Cup, or was it one of those? Well, you know what, they beat us and they won it all, so we were right there.
Yeah, well, you can look at it both ways, but for
Yeah.
me personally, it hurts. It hurts more. I don't take any solace in the fact that, oh, gee, you know, we went 7 games with them, nobody else did, blah, 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 right? Like it was there, for us, and that's the part that is painful.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to your new job.
Yes,
What
let's,
attract
please.
what attracts you to the Kraken right now?
I think when I first came in here, and had a conversation, with Jason and with Ron and with ownership, and then looking at the group and the team and the depth that I believe we have, mixed in with some youth and some players that are knocking on the door. I just think it's a tremendous opportunity for whoever was going to get this job, and I'm looking forward to it. I've got, I think the organization's fantastic, top to bottom.
What are the strengths of your roster right now?
I think it's the depth. I think, for me anyway, I feel like, and we're adding pieces as we go along as well, but I think we have a hockey team. I know we have a hockey team that, is a well-balanced team, and, we're solid in the net. Our defense is solid, and then we have 4 lines that you can, come at other teams in waves. So I think it's our depth.
So, being a coach in the Eastern Conference, as you have been even before the Maple Leafs with Washington and with the Islanders, how familiar were you with what that Seattle roster was like in the last 2 or 3 years, based on what you've had to learn in the last 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, not overly familiar because you get stuck in your own little bubble out there, and you only see these teams, these Western teams, once at home and once on the road, kind of thing. So, familiar with some of the players, have coached some of the players in the past, but overall, it's certainly, you don't know these teams as well as you would the teams that you go up against and face in the Eastern Conference on a daily basis.
Asked you about the strength of the team. What do you have to improve to get back into a playoff position?
Well, we feel like, there's no question that there's a little bit of an identity crisis for me. And so, I think in terms of our structure and our details and things like that, those things can improve, those things will improve, and that'll lead to more success.
How would if I'm a season ticket holder, how are you? And I'm going to sit in the seats at Climate Pledge. What kind of hockey am I going to see from your team?
Well, you're going to see a team that's going to compete every night, and I think that's one of the biggest things is the fan base. We've got a tremendous fan base here in Seattle. Since I've been here and gone through some meetings and some public appearances and things like that. The fan base is fantastic, and what they want to see a team that is competing every night, competing from the drop of the puck to the finish of the game, no matter what the result is. And we're going to be a fast hockey team that plays with structure and detail. And will it be perfect every night? No, it won't be. But the work ethic will certainly be there.
Goaltending is a strength. You just touched on that, and it's an advantage taking over a team with that kind of stability.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing about it is the way they play the puck. And in this day and age, are breaking the puck out and things like that. I think both of them play the puck very well, and we've got a very good young goaltender in the system as well. So, there's certainly some positives there, some competition there as well. But at the end of the day, my job and our job as a staff is to create the best environment for those goaltenders to have success in, and that'll be the focus from day one.
You talked about dealing with Jason, and I guess Jason in the end, because he's the general manager, is your
Yeah.
direct report now. Free agency starts on July the 1st. Do you give him a shopping list, or how? What's your role in what Jason is doing as far as trying to improve this hockey club through free agency?
Well, the one thing about it, and you asked me earlier about the team and how well you know the team, and not being in the trenches every day like he is and has been. There's a little bit more of an understanding, but certainly, we're in discussion, obviously, on a daily basis. And we have, again, when I got here, I thought that his vision aligned with my vision in terms of how we want to play and what kind of players we're looking for. So there's some involvement from me for sure, but he is right on top of it right now. And it's nice to have that comforting feeling as a coach, knowing that.
Did you know Jason at all before this sojourn?
No, not at all.
How difficult is that, or is that a bonus in this?
I think I don't think it's difficult. I think there's at the end of the day, you come in here and I come in here, not knowing too many people, and you come in here with no preconceived notions, and you certainly are able to build a relationship that way. And it's fresh ideas, fresh thought processes, and we're learning every day. It's about getting better every day, and certainly, he's helping me do that as well.
It's kind of unusual. Hockey's such a small world that you guys wouldn't have crossed paths or known each other much.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you one. I can one up that is that I went into Toronto last year, a year ago, basically, and I didn't know one person there, not a trainer, not a coach.
Really?
Nah, nobody. Nope. Never.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how often that's ever happened, but really something else. Player, anybody.